All right, welcome guys. We're going to do the second half of this PowerPoint lecture for Chapter 1. Apologize for it taking me so long to get back to you with this. Just had some difficulty with the software, so hopefully this is the fourth time we've tried. Fourth time's a charm. We were talking about scrolling with the hand tool, and you guys know that if you hold down the Shift and then click, you can drag your artboard or drag your document wherever you want it in terms of someplace in your document window. The best way to understand the concept of the hand tool is to think of it as your own hand. You can put your hand up to the document on your monitor and move the document in really any direction that you choose to. Okay, then designing and working with layouts, page layouts. This involves using some numbers typically. We talked about this previously. This up in the upper left-hand corner they're kind of like crosshairs, and that's where you reset the 0 point. If you click on these crosshairs and drag to a point on your document, that's going to reset the 0 point, the starting point of that particular measurement. Now, guides, you can click, drag, and drop guides down as well. And I could get this over here. Let's just try it again. There we go. Click, drag, and drop, and that's going to drop a guideline, and sometimes makes it a little bit easier for you to align an object. You can do that both from the the horizontal ruler across the top, as well as the vertical ruler across the side. Talked about that. Margin guides, those are these purple guides that reflect where you are in terms of the margin. We set that up at the very beginning of the document setup. That's one of the options that we choose. Grids provide precise alignment. With the snap options on, objects that you move around the page automatically align themselves with the grid. And you just saw that happen, although the grid's not apparent. If you go under View, and you can show the grids based on what it is you're interested in seeing. Show the baseline grid. That is supposed to show the baseline grid, but let's try that again. There's the document grid. I'm not sure why the baseline grid isn't coming up, but it is. It might be something that I have in my preferences. And then you can do the Snap to Document grid, and that's also going to allow you to snap to wherever it is you want on your page layout. I'm going to get that out. Okay. Frames, you'll see in front of you two different frames that I've drawn. In your toolbox, they're right here, and if you click and hold, you'll see that there are a number of different frames. The rectangle, ellipse, and then the polygon frame tool. You can click once on your artboard with any of them, but specifically with the polygon tool, and then you can change the number of sides as well as put in numerically what you want to see for your, in this instance, triangular frame. And then if you select that, you can also click and drag to create a different size frame if you choose to do that. Screen modes, again, back onto InDesign. The screen modes are back here at the very bottom. Normal and preview are the ones that you're going to use most often. This is a preview, and we'll show you what it's going to look like, what your document's going to look like if you actually printed your document. And you can toggle back and forth by using the W key on your keyboard. preview, again, we talked about that. Presentation. Now I didn't show you that, but if you click and hold down at the very bottom, the presentation mode brings you full screen so you can see what it is that you, if there are details that you want to see as well. All Adobe products come loaded with preferences. There's default preferences already chosen for you, but if you choose to change any preferences, if you go under InDesign over to Preferences, and this gives you a variety of different preferences that are default and ones that you can change as well. If you're on a PC, you have to go under Edit to find that. That's the preferences. You can also have multiple documents open, like in Photoshop, for example. There will be multiple tabs here that will, let's see if I'm not sure if I've got that preference open or selected or not, but let's see. We'll open another InDesign document. Right, and so you'll see that there are different tags here based on how many documents you have open. That's a great, if you're working from one document to another, that's a great option. When you create a layout for a magazine or brochure, you create a document that has multiple pages. Spreads are 2 pages that face each other. So if you look in this Christmas card that I created, I did, believe I did that as a spread, but let's go to the Pages panel. And my Pages panel is lost someplace, so I'm going to bring it up again. And you'll see that actually this isn't a double page document. I just created a 1 page, but you'll see the 2 page layouts that I've created. And for some reason, you're supposed to be able to double click on that and bring that particular page into your document window. I don't have my clicking set up, I think, on my little trackpad. So what I have to do is I have to go down here to the bottom left-hand corner and choose the page number that I want to show in my document window, which for me is just a little bit of an annoyance, but I can work with it for the time being. Navigating through a document, when you create a layout for a magazine, again, those spreads are 2 pages. You can see in this Pages document, actually, this Pages panel, that we have a double page layout. This is page 1, this is page 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if I wanted to have page 2 for, well, let's have page 4 because I have page 2. I'll just go, and again, remember, it's because I can't double click on mine, but if you go down here and click on 4, that brings 4 and 5 up into your document window. It's a comprehensive solution for moving from page to page. The top part of your Pages panel is a Master Pages area. That is going to have on that layout in the Master Pages area, that's going to have reoccurring items. So I'm going to go down here and go to A Master, and I'm going to draw a shape and add a color. And you'll notice I've got it on the left-hand page of my master page. If I add a color, and you'll see automatically that same item is added to the left-hand page of my double page layout on page 2 and 4. Really nice. So these are master pages for reoccurring items. These are your layout pages that actually are the ones that you want to print. Those are the ones you're doing your design on. You can apply a color to your page if you choose to do that. I'm going to go into page 5. And then I'm going to go to the drop-down menu here. And I'm going to go to Page Attributes and a color label. And I'm going to add a red tab to that particular page, and you can see I have oranges there. So if I had another designer working on it, for example, I could say I have the orange tabs done, you need to work on the red tab. Objects are text or graphic elements. Again, if we go up here, Let's go here, and I'm going to create a frame. Let me get this out of the way. I didn't create a frame, I created a well, I did create a frame. It's just that I have my document in preview. I want it in normal view, and I'm going to create a frame, and then I'm going to go up to File and Place. And I'm not sure which ones are which here, but I'm going to go ahead and just place a JPEG. That's the front side of my business card. Now I can go to Object, Fitting, and I can fill that frame proportionally, or I can fit content proportionally. And there's the content fit proportionally. And if I wanted to move that entire frame, I have to get the black selection tool and make sure I choose the frame as well as the object, and then I can click and drag the entire object around on my page layout. If I want to only impact the innards, I get the white object, and this is for whatever you happen to have in this. Remember, right now I have my business card, and I can click and drag to reposition what shows, for example, inside that frame. So the black tool is for the frame selection, the white tool is for what's inside the frame selection. You can use smart guides as well. Click, drag, and let me see if I can get this. Will align, well, for heaven's sakes, let's come over here. You'll get an alignment tool that is it's a smart guide. Not sure if I don't have mine on yet or not, but I'm going to take off smart, and I'm going to also take off the snap to grid. I want to get rid of that hide document grid. And then hopefully when I click and drag, you'll see these smart guides up here that show when I'm aligning to different parts on my artboard. A little green and primarily green. There's a red or magenta. And again, those are actually a nice quick way to make sure that what you're doing is in alignment with other objects on your artboard. You can click and drag the handles to change the size and shape of a frame. So which is kind of nice if you don't have to have it a specific size, and you can click, drag, and drop to create the space inside your layout that you choose to do. Almost done here, guys. And you can resize multiple objects. You can click, drag, and select. And again, remember, I'm selecting the frame, so I'm doing it with the black selection tool. Now I have this bounding box around multiple objects. I can just click, drag, and resize multiple objects. You can also copy and paste an object on an artboard. Any of them, basically, just by selecting and doing Command or Control C for copy, and Command and Control V like Victor for paste. Or you can do it with a quick key. You see that I have this black oval selected. I'm going to click on it, and then when I hold down my Alt if you're on a PC, Option if you're on a Mac, and drag, that's going to create a copy of that. And then under objects, there's a variety of different options available to you. You can hide objects to get them out of your way. So you have that selected. If I click on hide, it's still on the pasteboard, but say I want to put something right on top of it and I don't want to change its position, just simply by hiding it, locks it, gets it out of your way, and you can, and it will not change as you create changes to your document settings, or not document settings, but images or type on your documents. You can group multiple objects. So example, I'm going to again select with my selection tool all of these objects on my page, and then I'm going to do Command or Control G, and that groups them, which means that I can then move or impact them on a global level for all of those that I had grouped. We talked about smart guides, and this is an example of the smart guide, the green guide that I'd shown you earlier. And that's it for chapter 1. I will be back later today and upload a couple of exercises and then work on week 2 information as well. So see you soon.